know we can't do some correlation with it, but it seems that summer's a season of blockbusters. Maybe it's the Hollywood perception, but think about it. Not too long ago, summer brought us big hits like Classroom of the Elite and Made in Abyss. 5 years later and... you know, let's just get to the list before I spoil the surprise. But just now that I'm looking at the summer 2022 charts, I find myself staring down a whole line of great shows ahead. It may not be as big of a smash hit to mainstream audiences as Winter, but it sure is pretty loaded with a lot of shows to get excited about. But hey, if you're feeling hungry or in the mood for some positivity, why don't you check out today's sponsors, Sakurako and Tokyo Treat. Sakurako and Tokyo Treat are subscription-based boxes that look to provide you with the coolest snacks straight from the sweets capital of Asia, Japan. While the two boxes both offer some of the best Japan has to offer, the cool thing is that they both bring a different side of Japan to you. Sakurako is more oriented towards the more traditionalist side of the country, which contains authentic and artisan snacks. And this month's theme is Taste of Hokkaido. I'm talking tea and other delights straight from the north. Meanwhile, those of you who've been enjoying your boy Kong Ming will definitely love Tokyo Treat's box for this month, as it brings to you some of the best modern, seasonal and exclusive Japanese snacks from downtown Tokyo. This is snacking Shibuya for you, and with a lineup like this, I can't even pick the sweet that I want to start with. But this pudding flavoured Kit Kat was just amazing, and you definitely got to taste it. So check out the link in the description box and use code VINNY to get $5 off your first box. I hope you can have as much of a great time as I did, so I invite you to give these boxes a shot.
Slime.
Getting the isekais out fast and quick. My Isekai Life is the latest addition to the ever-growing library of isekai titles. So, what's the gimmick this time? Monster taming power fantasy. Summoned as a monster tamer, Yuji Sano finds himself saddled with the burden of a job that makes it hard to be an adventurer. However, being a monster tamer doesn't come with zero perks. Not when it lets him meet some awesome slimes, read some magical books, and sees himself becoming more than just a monster tamer. No, this guy is now a sage, and with this overwhelming power, he looks to become the strongest in the world. From this synopsis, I'm getting some serious Arifureta vibes, don't you? Seemingly useless job turns some slob useful and kicks off his road to become the strongest in the world. It's the surefire formula for a power fantasy, and if you're into the genre, you might like the show for this.
これで届く天聖賢者の異世界ライフ
Next on the list is Call of the Night. Now, here's some vampire action for you, but perhaps not the type you'd expect. I mean, our protagonist is a listless middle school student. Feeling bored in putting up his facade of being the model student, he quits school and starts his downward spiral in life, developing insomnia in the process. The weird girl Nazuna determines the source of his problems, an internal will that holds him back from experiencing true freedom. And so she invites him to her apartment and plants the vampire's kiss. I know I've seen the premise of Call of the Night somewhere already, but the manga does bring something great to the table. It's one of those cozy, comedic reads that reels you in with easygoing atmosphere before also incorporating genres like mystery. Quite a fun read from the creator of Dagashi Kashi. With an all-star cast manning the anime production team, I've got some high hopes for this one. At number 8, we have the 4th season of Danmachi.
立ち上がれなくなりそうな時だってそれでも君は言うんだ英雄になりたいって
It's been a long road for Danmachi fans here. When the thing first aired, I didn't expect it to get this far, but 3 seasons and a movie later, here we are. Danmachi returns with its 4th season this summer. It's, as a series, had its share of ups and downs. While I'd say that the franchise is in a decent spot right now, the past few seasons haven't actually gotten on the fans' goodwill with the cut content. However, with the source material that the anime team has for this 4th season, I can't get any more excited. How can I not when the season will cover one of the best arcs in the entire series? We'll get densely packed arcs with amazing action, hyped encounters, and dungeon challenges like we've never seen before. As a parting note, Ryu and Freya fans will have something to look forward to, so make sure to stay tuned. Seventh in line is Bastard. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Bastard's never been the most popular anime out there in the 90s, so seeing this get a modernized version is nothing short of a surprise. The story is basically a dark fantasy set in post-apocalyptic Earth, with the kingdom of Metallicana being threatened by mages seeking to awaken the god of destruction. High Priest Geo decides to proverbially push the panic button in his desperation. In doing so, he unleashes the powerful wizard Dark Schneider. Unsealing the Dark Wizard can be the kingdom's only hope against the four lords of havoc, but could his presence turn the tide of battle from bad to worse? Combining the standard fare of fantasy magic as well as a cast of morally ambiguous characters, Bastard felt like it was ahead of the curve in its time. Throw in the wacky metal band references and you'll see why people often compare this to both JoJo and Berserk. Fans of both series will have something to watch, and it's coming this summer thanks to Netflix. Next up, we have the next season of Overlord. Now this is a series I'm not surprised got a fourth season. Overlord was a pioneer in its time, back when the isekai boom was just starting to go full throttle. Who knew that watching an overpowered overlord, no pun intended there, making feeble denizens kneel can be so entertaining? The series quickly captured the hearts of many and easily became one of the community's favourite isekai. Ainz and the gang are back for the fourth installment of the series this summer. If the pattern holds true, Overlord's fourth season should cover volumes 10 to 12 of the novel. Source material readers know what to expect: kingdom building, adventures to the Dwarf Kingdom, and possibly one hell of a cliffhanger leading to the much anticipated Holy Kingdom arc. Me? Well, I'm just so glad to see Ainz raise hell and flex his prowess again. Glad to have you back, Overlord. Up for some more harem rom-coms now? Rent-a-Girlfriend is making its return.
4人の彼女が再び
Rent-a-Girlfriend didn't take too long to make an impact. It's one of the most polarizing series now for many reasons, but as they say, polarized publicity is better than nothing, and it's propelled the series into getting a second season. You gotta thank the discussions and weekly social media buzz for that, I think. Well, what else can I say about Rent-a-Girlfriend? I always compare it to the likes of Nisekoi and Girlfriend in a sense that it's the show that bumbles around with the slice of life shenanigans, developing the girls and raising their stock for fans to get invested in before catching us with a major revelation or two. Look for more of the same in the second season of Rent-a-Girlfriend, which means more memes, more cute moments, more Kazuya establishing himself as the most controversial hero in the genre, and more community craziness that only Rent-a-Girlfriend can cause. I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
これからは対等。フェアなお隣さんでいましょう。
Classroom of the Elite makes its much anticipated return. Nothing is impossible, goes an old adage. Nobody ever thought that Classroom of the Elite would get a second chance at the limelight, but here we are. Hey, though we've learnt from the Tawaro series already, right? Also, another testament to this coming up later. For those who weren't around back then, because it really was a long time ago, Classroom of the Elite tells of a utopian school. Students enjoy unparalleled freedom in this prestigious academy, save for the lowest of the low. Class D is where the school dumps the worst students, and it's here that we find Kiyotaka. Brilliant, but lazy, he gets paired with the unsociable Suzune and the peppy class idol Kikyo. Will this odd trio overcome the odds and reach the top of the school rankings? Now that's the premise of the series in a nutshell. I'm honestly more curious as to how they'll fix things for the second season, considering the changes they did with character writing in the first one. Yeah, light novel adaptation syndrome, but much more magnified than usual. Either way, I'm excited to see the gang back, so I'll be keeping this in my sights.
お礼は言っておくわ。ありがとう。
Next up is a surprise, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Wow. How long has it been since I heard that name? The manga has generated quite a buzz in the 2000s, but almost 2 decades later, it will be getting its anime adaptation. In this series, the world is threatened by a mage and his Biscuit Hammer, a gigantic mallet in space getting ready to deliver the final smash to end the world. To prevent this, our hero Amamiya Yuhi must join the princess and a ragtag group of misfits, the Beast Knights. While Yuhi wants no part in saving the world, he's indeed interested in serving the princess, who wants to save the world just so she can destroy it herself. herself. Thus, the cult classic is finally coming in anime form. It's strange, wild, and entertaining, but all in a good way. It's an adventure series that combines magic, a very fun ragtag group of characters, and pinches of romance. It's quite convoluted at times, but it's an odd tale that's a lot more enjoyable than it might seem at first. In second place, it's Devil is a Part-Timer.
なぜあなたがマグロナルドでバイトしてるの？魔王さんだ！
Meme fodder no more. A decade later, Devil is a Part-Timer finally gets its second season. The world's changed and the light novel's ending has been controversial to say the least, but that doesn't mean that all the enthusiasm has been lost as the community reacted with joy when this announcement was made. Devil is a Part-Timer is a very popular isekai back in its day. It tells of the demon lord Sadao being driven to Earth thanks to the efforts of the hero Emi Yusa. Determined to finish the job, Emi follows him to Earth only to find out that both of them have lost their powers. Unfortunately, the two end up being fish out of water on Earth, forced into bottom-rung jobs and the hardships of human life, such as, bills and rent and stuff like that. Eventually, their past catches up to them, and one has to wonder how they have to deal with threats coming from their previous world. And thus, the adventure continues with the second season of Devil is a Part-Timer. The first season has quite the legacy to speak of, so you better get watching it before hopping into the second one. It's completely worth a shot, and it will help you get up to speed with what to expect from Season 2.
ありがとう。
To top off our list, our most anticipated anime this summer 2022 is Made in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun.
不可深海域のことをあれが
After the third movie comes this next installment to Made in Abyss. Renowned as one of the best anime in the past decade, Made in Abyss as a franchise has continued taking us on this breathtaking descent down the abyss. In this installment, Riko and Nanachi delve further and reach the 6th layer, the capital of the Unreturned. As no one's ever returned to the surface after reaching this majestic city, this looks to be the toughest trial that the trio will take on so far. And given all the curses that the previous layers had, what else could top it all off? How about actual death? How will our plucky adventurers survive the horrors of the 6th layer? There's only one way to find out, and it's to watch the continuation to one of the best anime in the previous decade coming to you this summer.
そうっす。目当てが出てきた。
So which anime are you looking forward to the most this summer? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video and this list I've made, so go ahead and fill the comment section with your thoughts. As usual, like and share the video to help the channel reach that 1 million subscriber milestone, and I'll be looking to talk with you more through my social media channels. Discord, Patreon, Instagram, channel memberships, we have it all, and all you have to do is check out the description box. Don't forget to check out our sponsors of this video, monthly Japanese snack subscription boxes Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Links are in the description. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon for my next list.